So our inner self, that niggling voice that we just talked about, it's always free. Essential freedom. When we have that, we are experiencing spontaneous goodness without being limited. And there's all kinds of things that people allow to limit us. We all have beliefs that we adopted when we were little children, small children. Little children have the whole world explained in their heads and in their hearts by the time they're like 4 years old. You did. We all did. Now, we don't explain the world to ourselves the same way now as we did then, 100%. But we all keep some of those beliefs from childhood. And our inner feeling of, hey, is that right what I did? Or, I don't think I like how that made me feel. That is our measure stick, our thermometer, our criterion for, am I going to go on and do the same thing in my life? Or am I ready to say, hey, that was a mistake. I don't want to go that way anymore. I need to get out of commitments that I made, and I need to change and do things, achieve my goals the way I now see is a better way. All our lives, we begin to see better ways. And the more willing we are to say, oh, this way looks better than what I did, I'm going to change. The more happiness we'll have in our lives. Because as long as that little voice isn't happy, we're not going to be happy or free. So freedom means we're able to keep following our life purpose happily with inner joy. Very simple. Not easy, but simple.
I also like this sentence, to dance to the unicorn of our inner spirit. I like this sentence.
Yeah. And that inner self, it's always with us. We all have it. And all of us were made with the same one, with that same awareness. It doesn't matter what culture we're from, what religion we learned. It doesn't matter. It's in us what makes us feel good and doesn't make us feel good. It's not about what anybody else tells us. And over time, we learn that, we're miserable unless that inner self is at peace, is happy. And like I said, it is simple, but not easy. So another way of looking at this, I don't know where. Here we go. Is in any given moment, am I reacting or am I acting? What's the difference? React.
Professor, yeah,
Yes.
the difference between reacting and acting is when someone acts like, suppose someone acts like a stupid, as like an idiot. Okay, so so we can say that if someone is acting like a stupid and the second person is reacting something odd or something like behaving something that you are a stupid, or you are a you are an idiot or something like that, or expressing his word with an emoji, then it can be said reacting. Or acting
What-
is like
What does
when
that
a person,
mean?
yeah,
What does that mean to be stupid, to act stupid?
act
And who
stupid
gets
like
to
means
say?
when a first person is acting like against the second person, then the second person will react something something better or something not better to the first person.
Okay, good. So what you're talking about is reactions versus considered actions.
Yeah.
And when you react, you're just in the moment. You're not thinking. You're simply responding.
Responding, yeah. I'm not thinking, I'm simply responding, yeah.
Yeah. So when we spend our whole lives reacting, responding, and not reflecting, not thinking, hey, did that make my life better? Did that make me happier? Did that help anybody? A lot of people don't think very much. I saw a video clip during the elections. There was one guy who was running, who is a retired football player, retired because his brain has been damaged from being hit so often in the game. And he was running in the election. And somebody, the interviewer said, so are you going to vote for this guy? And the person reacted just like that. Hell yeah, I'm going to vote for him. I enjoyed watching him play football. What? What does that have to do with him representing you in the government? That was a reaction.
No, Professor, in every reaction, there cannot but have the spontaneous action. In every reaction, we have the spontaneous action.
Yes. But is that necessarily the best way to act in a given situation? The reaction, how you feel right at that moment, as opposed to what makes sense. I mean, that didn't make sense. It had nothing, the answer had nothing to do with the question, really. And so that's what happens when we spend our life reacting and not thinking. It helps when we use, as we say in English, the common sense God gave us. The ability to think, the ability to reflect, the ability to ask ourselves, okay, is this an action that I'm going to be glad I made? And when we're reacting, we don't have time to ask that question. So the better we do at acting mostly in our life and not reacting, again, the more likely we are to have a life where we can feel at peace more often. Renato, your hand is up.
Yes.
Renato? Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, first of all, I want to apologize if I'm late in the responses, and also if I'm being redundant. R- Redundant. I forgot the word.
Redundant. Okay. Yeah.
Redundant. Yeah, redundant. Okay.
Repetitive.
Repetitive. Yes, exactly. Um, but I think this is a great point and great topic to discuss. To action, to act, and not to react. I think in another perspective as well. I'm not sure if you are read spoke that or not, but I think when we focus on react, we are just in a passive mode of life. We are not taking actions. We are not being active. We are being inactive, you know. So when there is an action, we react to it. And usually we will react negatively if we react by impulse. So that's a very interesting point, to be more active and to active, to act instead of react. And if you react, you must be very cautious and think twice, 3 times, 4 times, whatever it takes to react as as more positive as possible in order to achieve a good result in the situation, you know.
Okay. And the key word is think.
Yeah.
Because
Think.
when we're reacting, we're feeling but not thinking.
Yeah, that's true. We are
And
reacting by impulse. Yeah.
and when we are reacting, we're giving up our freedom. Because, you know, we're always in response mode, and our life is dictated by what's happening around us, not by what we decided we wanted to do. And that one creeps up fairly often, that we get distracted into reacting. And then we realize, hey, wait a minute, I'm not getting where I want to get. I'm not fulfilling the goals that I set. What's going on here? Usually it's because we've been tempted to get into reacting, which raises, you know, a lot of adrenaline. It's exciting. We like excitement, most of us. So it's tempting. But somewhere along the line, we need to think. Abdul, your hand was up.
Well, thanks. And about action and the reaction, in my opinion, we can compare action and reaction with two verbs, spend and waste. When we act, I mean, action, it means we spend our life, but a reaction, it means we waste our life. But it does not mean that we can't or we shouldn't react. We can, as we can. And but after a reaction, we must realize that I must do it, or I can achieve some goals. React, it does not mean that you must stop. It means you must try and try until you achieve your goals.
And it means actually the whole key to success of any is balance. Because if we're always in reactive mode, we kind of wear out, we burn out. And we have a balance of action and rest in our lives, silence, time to just be. Then we have a much better chance of succeeding and of feeling free. So that's an important concept in as well. Thank you. So, what is our true nature, our higher self nature? We were born free to make wise, informed choices in service of our important needs in oneness with every other being, not only every human, but every part, every expression of the universe. You know, the earth is an important being. We need to be aware of, are we loving the earth or are we destroying it? We need to be aware of, are we loving each kind of creature, or are we destroying others, other beings? It's way bigger than just people. And of course, people are very important, because when anyone starts just paying attention to their own personal individual needs, they become destructive in the whole picture of the earth. And that inner peace really corresponds to, am I a positive, am I a helpful influence around me or not? That's really what it boils down to. And it makes a much bigger difference to our ability to be in peace and to our health and our happiness. Way bigger influence than we expect, because the mind and the body and the heart are one. We're not separate. So it's, like I say, it's very simple. And being, coming back to, nobody's going to be perfect in always thinking of what's going to be the best for everybody, including us. None of us are that smart. We need to learn, we need to practice, and we'll make mistakes. And the mistakes are opportunities to get a better handle on what's going on. So basically, the path to fulfilling our higher self in life, throughout our lives, is moving from thinking all about me first to thinking all about the universe, all about creation, all about everyone. And again, it's very simple. When we are acting in a way that's loving, we're going to be happy and at peace inside. And when we're just thinking primarily about ourselves, we're not going to feel so happy and at peace inside. It's very simple. And almost everybody throughout their lives has times when we're not so aware. And then we realize, oh, wait a minute, that's not making me very happy. Or we get into a situation that's really painful, like a bad illness or accident, and we suffer. And during that time, we become aware of our higher self in a new way, just automatically. And we realize, hey, wait a minute, some of these things that I've been working toward, that I've been thinking are my success, I don't really care about them. That's not success. I'm going to change. And we're glad to have the opportunity. That's life. It happens over and over. And again, with our inner higher self, we know I'm not feeling happy. And we need to believe that, and to believe that, okay, I am free to make whatever changes will make me feel good inside, will make me feel at peace inside. That's a gift to realize. And we always have the freedom, right up to the very last minute of our embodied life, to change our mind and to shift from one way of being to one that we know will make us happier. And the sooner we take advantage of that knowing, again, the less we're going to suffer. Suffering comes from resisting what is true. And sometimes we resist for a long time and we suffer a lot. But our suffering goes away when we say, oh, okay, this other way is true. I am going to take that way and give up the way that's making me unhappy. We always have that freedom. That's the important thing to realize. And yes, most religions tell us in different ways how to do that. But they're not in competition. They're not saying different things. So whatever feels good to you in terms of inner peace, go for it. And realize that there are many, many, many ways to be helpful people. You just need to find a way for you. And there's nothing wrong with any way that people find that helps them be aware of their freedom to help make the world a better place. So that's today's little consideration. Can you think of anything that you might use from this lesson that would be helpful to you? Kazi?
Yeah, Professor, thank you for being a chance to me. Yes, sorry. Yes, obviously in today's part, and awareness is quite important for every religion. We must, it is from the chapter that I have learned today, is that we should eradicate the racism. The racism is quite bad for every human being, because if you are racist, because it is quite bad. It is quite bad because I'm a racist. My friend is racist. It is not
I'm
like
not,
that.
I'm not getting that word.
Racist, R-A-C-I-S-T,
I
racist.
resist. Okay, I resist. Yeah.
Yeah, Professor. Yeah. So it is quite bad for being a racist. And but if we being a racist to a person, like I'm a Muslim, you are a Hindu, and I don't like you, and it is quite a bad influence will be create between him or her or me and against to another person. So it is not like that, because we are human being and we are the creation of Almighty God. So in here that you have shown in the slide that we need to experience involving awareness. Yes, it is quite important, because awareness in our day-to-day life, it is quite essential for those people who the people who are quite literate. Yeah.
What's that word again? The one that you're now talking about? Awareness?
Essential. Professor, essential.
Essential. Okay.
Essential, yeah. Essential, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it is quite essential and necessary. It is quite necessary and quite essential for the every student, reader, teacher, mentor, doctor, engineer, and whether the person is in every types of occupation, whether it's a barrister or advocate or engineer, doctor or teacher, or maybe he's a student or reader or learner, maybe he types of every types of human being, we should learn that awareness, that we should be into our mind and keep the awareness into our mind. Having the awareness into our mind, we can bring the inner peace that Renato has been said it before, that we can bring the inner peace in having the success. So in order to achieve the success, inner peace is quite it is link up with the success, because if we see that inner peace is quite link up and it is quite bonding up with the with success. So we should able to gain our achievement, our goal, our target, our successful life, and we can capable of becoming a succeed person in every steps in our day-to-day life. So it is not only that, I am a black person, I am a white person, I am an engineer, or I am a doctor, I am a barrister, I am an advocate, or I am a teacher, I am a mentor, I am a student, I am a learner, I am a reader, nothing else. If you are a good person, if you believe in God, or whether you are not believing God, I am not like that. That is, I am an atheist, or I am not believing. I am a believing God, or I am not believing in God. So he or she is a person. He or she is a human being. He is created by Almighty God. So we cannot but give the value of the human being, because he is one of the most valuable creations of Almighty God. So whether he cannot he's not believing in Almighty God or not, it is not like that. So if we give the priority, or if we give the value to that person, then we can obviously keep the relation, we can obviously keep the justice, we can obviously keep the social behavior, social maturity, and anything else that the social entity, and everything like the social awareness. Then in here, psychology is quite important part, because if I cannot understand the psychology of a person, then I am a loser. I'm a loser. Obviously, I'm a loser.
That's a whole nother topic. Let's stop right there. Thank you very much for your ideas. Renato, I think you had your hand up first, and then Abdul.
Okay, thanks. Thanks a lot for the good presentation. I've known many things, and I also meet all of you, and as well, and about the presentation. That's how to say. I agree with all of things you said, and about freedom, and about feeling free, and about to experience our not only read and hear about something, and experience as well, and about peace. You know that everyone on the world knows that uh, the how to say the war, and the war is not the soul of our problem, of our issues, but we see the war, the badness, and it shows that people don't like no, I don't mean the all people, but some of people don't like that there was a peace on the world, but everyone knows that we can live on peace world. We just aware to must realize it, that war is not the soul of our problems. We can just live in peace world, spend our money not for improving our army or our security, just spend on people, help them with water, with food, and like that, and about read and hear about evolving. Yeah, of course, I agree that uh, we have 50% we must read, and but the another part, we must experience it in our life.
Yes.
Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Renato.
Oh, yes. Thank you for all the commentaries, all the comments. I appreciate also your the class today class. Okay, and I just want to add, because the last comment of, I think it was from
I'm doing,
Man-
yeah.
Manocom.
Yeah.
Yeah, Manocom resumed well, very well what I think about what is awareness and how to evolve in awareness. We are not just thinking about the human, but also we are thinking about the planet. We are thinking about the animals. We are thinking about our house because we live in the earth. So if you believe in God, but you are destroying the nature, I'm pretty sure you are not an evolved person. So
Well, yeah. So again, it comes down to what's God.
yeah, that's
I'm going to leave you with the opportunity to reflect on that question. And
yes.
thank you all so much for your
Thank you.
participation and for your wonderful discussion.
One question, sorry. How often do you have a conversation? I just don't know about it.
Yeah, it's every Friday at 12.
Every Friday?
At 12 New York time. 12
Okay.
noon, New York
Request,
time.
please,
Thanks
Doctor.
a lot.
Yes. Okay,
Professor, I want to add something to Menon Khan. Your name is Menon Khan, right?
that's Abdul. Yeah, Manan
Yeah.
Khan.
Okay. Yeah, Abdul, if you join with us, we can have some lot of fun, okay? Because here is Renato and Abu and our professor is with us. So you can, if you join with us, then obviously we can have a lots of amusement, have a lots of fun, and have some lots of talks about psychological talking, psychological terms, theories, and everything about metaphysical theories, literature, history, and everything we can talk about this in this session. Okay, so join with us and be a part of this family. And we are peacemakers, and we love the world. We love the human being. We love the human behavior. So we are not only the a peacemaker, but also we are the psychologist of human behavior.
Thanks a lot.
Okay,
Thanks.
thank you. And
Thanks
thank
for
you all.
of you, especially for you, Professor.
And I look forward to seeing you next Friday
And
See you. Thanks.
for the next topic.
Yeah, Renato. Professor Renato wants to say something.
can you repeat the question, Dr. Rosemary, please?
Can I repeat what question?
The question you left to reflection.
What is God?
God, okay. Thank you.
I mean, you know, it's a complex question. We could spend a lifetime, and will spend a lifetime answering it.
Thank
All
you.
life.
Okay, see you all.
I appreciate your
See
time.
you.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
thank you, Professor. Goodbye. Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Professor. Okay.
See you next week.